WARD dollar sign, nigga. NAYIMED.
Another day, another disclaimer. Welcome to my channel. My name is Nayim. I am your host, and today, before we get started, I meant to say this 2 days ago. Shout out to Mr. Keys. Shout out to Stacy, and shout out to Swelthy, man. Thank y'all for supporting this channel the real way. People like y'all that keep spreading the message and donating, y'all keep this thing going. Now, for my disclaimer. If you new, if you old, if you've been here, if you just, you here for the ride, you want to be in, whatever you here for. I don't care what you here for, whether you hate it or you love it, right? I don't talk to people like they are stupid because I don't talk to stupid people. That should go without saying. I don't believe in having to start at zero every single time because you're not dumb. I'm gonna be real. I'm talking directly to you. You're not dumb. I don't have to start at zero every single time because common sense should kind of be into the play. Common sense should be there. Use your context clues, please. If you can't do that, Coco Melon is a very good channel from what I hear. The children love that and they learn over there. Help yourself to that. Now, Nicki Minaj is not going to stop dissing Meg Thee Stallion. It's not going to happen. I don't care in what fantasy world we live in. I don't care what people say. People are delusional. We're going to deal with the delusion in a second. But she's not going to stop. It's not going to happen. She recently released a song called Ruby Red the Sleaze. And I think before we talk about the main line, people were saying that 40 cal shooting shit was about Meg. I'm not going to reach that far. But we know that I don't fuck with horses since Christopher Reeve's line was 100% about Meg. Her fans and the people who support her and the people who are still on the Minaj Kool-Aid are going to dance. I mean, they're going to step like Fetch It to say that that wasn't about Meg Thee Stallion. Yes, it was. 100% it was. And Nicki Minaj is not going to stop. But I'm going to tell you how Megan Thee Stallion can overcome this and Megan Thee Stallion can finally put an end to this and defeat Nicki Minaj. What I'm about to say might surprise you. But it's something that I always say in the situations where a person doesn't have the advantage. The thing with this whole situation, I don't know if I said this before, but Nicki Minaj feels like Megan Thee Stallion is fake. Nicki Minaj feels like she was genuine to Meg Thee Stallion and Meg Thee Stallion betrayed her by clicking up with the enemy, not doing XYZ, not bowing down. Whatever excuse you want to stick in the slot, right? That is how Nicki Minaj feels about it. And Nicki Minaj is also from a place where they poke and they prod and they shoot and they taunt their enemy until somebody dies or goes to jail. That's just what happens up there. Those people from New York, they do not stop. The only way you can defeat somebody like this is to ignore them. I'm gonna be real. As long as Meg Thee Stallion doesn't respond, completely ignores her, doesn't acknowledge her existence, doesn't fall into the trap of the fans harassing her, and I know it's hard and I know it's messed up because everywhere you turn, you're being harassed about everything because Meg Thee Stallion she's not even 30 years old yet. She's young, she's talented, she's beautiful. People like her personality. That is something that is very, they might hate what she represents, but nobody's been like, oh, she's a terrible person. You don't really, you hear people throwing that out, but nobody can seem to give a real example of Megan Thee Stallion being a bad person. Maybe being a bad person is she wouldn't sleep with me, but she slept with, I don't know, pick a name. But that don't really count. Like I said before, a person don't really owe you nothing in the sexual marketplace. So nobody's been able to give an example of Meg Thee Stallion being a bad person. Everything we see as people who are consuming this, Meg Thee Stallion is not a bad person. And in the age of female rap we're in, your personality is way more important than whatever you spitting. So the only way she's gonna defeat this is just completely ignore Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj does not exist in your world no more if you want to defeat her, because what that is going to do is create a vacuum where every time Nicki says something, and she's going to continue to say stuff like I said, every time Nicki Minaj says something, every time Nicki Minaj does something, every time something happens, you're not responding. You're not acknowledging it. You're not validating it by not acknowledging it. You're actually playing it smarter by just saying, just not doing anything, going about your day, posting a picture of an avocado toast, do something else, and don't act like it never happened. Go about your day. Because that's going to start making her look more crazy to everybody else. And people are going to start questioning, why are you still going at her? She's not saying nothing back, bro. She's not fighting back. And it's going to start making her look like a bully. Therefore, even tarnishing the reputation that people say she have even more. It might sound like you a pussy. It might sound like you are falling into defeat. It might sound like you not fighting back. But the only way to win is to not fight this person back. She's too big. She's too much of a tyrant. She's too much of a force to fight, because no matter what, she's going to win. Like, it's just like, it's like you have to wait for somebody to die to beat them. Like, if I outlive you, I got the last laugh, because you can't laugh at all. That's the only way to beat this. Ruin her image by not fighting back. And people might, oh, why would she, whatever, but it's like, I'm telling you, the more a person is fighting somebody, the crazier they look. Do you remember that the person that's not fighting back? Do you remember when Joe Budden was going at Drake, going, just dropping song after song and line after line, and Drake did not say nothing, and it made Joe Budden look crazy. Anybody that's going at somebody who's not replying to them looks insane, and that's the only way to beat it. That's the only way to beat this. Do the Rick Ross. Don't reply, because Rick Ross was definitely, someone was on fire that year. But like, just whenever you decide to come back, if you want to come back, just keep making your music. Keep doing what you do. Keep being a good friend. People like you. Keep doing that. Don't even stoop down to the level of fighting with an elder, because she gonna end up making herself look crazy as hell already. You can keep going and keep being prosperous and never validate none of that shit. Don't even sneakily reply to it. And let's be for real, that ain't even in Megan Thee Stallion character, bro. She gonna say something bad, but if she want to win, she'll keep her mouth shut. So thank y'all for supporting this channel. My name is Nayim. We need to talk about, can female rappers make a song without a popular sample?
Nayimedward $, nigga. Nayimedward.